Hawkgirl Kendra Saunders, dubbed as the nth metal wielding eternal warrior. You're probably used to this concept if you know anything about Hawkman or Hawkgirl media. It's the same concept here in the Rebirth continuity. She was given, just like Hawkman, she was given eternal life, sending them into a cycle of reincarnation. She's been born hundreds, even thousands of times over. So saying she's been around for a while is an oversimplification. She's even apparently older than Wonder Woman. Like, you see this flock of hawks representing all the different lives she's had, like all these birds. The writers want to let you know for sure that she's had a lot of lives. She lived all those lives and she remembers those lives. So all that experience fighting, all that stuff should apply to her. Yeah, she's been through a lot. Matter of fact, she's lived so many lives. There's like literally entire plot points for her trying to find a way to break out of this reincarnation curse or cycle or whatever, losing the memories of her past and stuff by drinking certain stuff. Hawkgirl likes using melee weapons. You see her using a sword here, but most of the time, just like in the animated series, you probably seen her use the mace. You can say her gloves are a part of her ridiculous gear as well. With all this gear, does she even need super strength? Like, she's pretty covered, right? Let's say she's open-minded. She'll use a gun if she has to. She can obviously fly. Her name is Hawkgirl with these ginormous wings. Why wouldn't she be able to fly? Now, it's no secret how overpowered fictional metals can be, right? Let's just say Hawkgirl, along with Wolverine and Black Panther, she joins this crew of people that are very overpowered thanks to ridiculously overpowered metal. It's because of this mace you see her using, it's made of nth metal. That's why she can harm top tiers. And it's not like a plot hole or something. The reason why I say her gear makes her change tiers, because even when characters are nowhere near Superman ranges or anything like that, use her mace, like a super soldier tier using her mace, or Robin tier, Batman tier, can actually hurt her really bad with her own mace. So it lets you know that if you're wielding this, you can kind of damage beings way stronger than you, way more durable than you, blah, blah, blah. Let's just say this metal helps with her durability too. See, here's the thing. During the events of the Rebirth, she became Lady Blackhawk, and it was this nth metal or ninth metal or whatever. Like, for a little second or two, she was under Barbados's influence. Like, she had to break Barbados' grip and stuff. Right here, Wonder Woman helped her out with that. You can say this is part of her evolution because she herself stated that her wings used to be feathers, but now they're metal and come out her back. So literally, metal itself is a part of her physiology. I wouldn't even call this gear at this point. It's literally a part of her at this point. Stated her wings are nth metal. In later comics, it's reiterated that, yeah, this was a permanent kind of power-up type of situation. Nth metal wings. So let's just say you'll have a hard time cutting her wings off. The wings, they're metal, but they're also not. It's more like energy that decided to be metal, like a cold sun. Yeah, her physiology is interesting. So don't be surprised throughout this video, you see her do stuff you wouldn't expect her to be able to do. She's literally fused with one of the most overpowered metals, even better than metals that Wonder Woman be using. Yes, this is how dangerous her metal wings are. Respect these wings. Her wings seems to get chipped off. It's stated here how her wings healed overnight. Notice how she looks shocked, now healing, like she's learning new stuff as we read about her wings. It's even talked about in other comics when it comes to the topic of nth metal. There's healing properties in nth metal. I mean, for one, here's the thing about nth metal. Nth metal alone, when it was studied, it was conducting energy, powerful energy from somewhere beyond understanding. Nth metal, for example, like Carter Hall's mace, it is a hyperconductive, meaning it absorbs and stores energy. So in a way, the stronger you are, if you're a top tier, that can be your downfall. She can hit hard by directing your power that you charge up back at you. This is Wonder Woman, but this technically should apply for Kendra because she has nth metal as well. I mean, nth metal is so incredible that it's literally straight up stated that it defies laws of physics. It's even talked about when it comes to Hawkgirl that nth metal wings don't operate according to the laws of aerodynamics. Again, this isn't Kendra. I'm just giving you an idea of what nth metal can do. Nth metal can hit intangible ghost-like beings when Batman is using it here. Hitting some kind of ghost. I mean, if the right situation arises, she'll get like a full-blown Iron Man type suit and crap. When it comes to powers and abilities and stuff, there's not many tools or weapons you can pick up that are just straight up turn off powers button. But when it comes to nth metal, has small implications of nullification. Nth metal being certain creatures is kryptonite. Like, there's even examples of durability negation, like these beings was regrowing back from a detached head, but when nth metal is used, the properties stop them from being able to regenerate. So nth metal is a kryptonite to these particular creatures. This kind of negation was analyzed, and it was happening on a cellular level. Beings that have cellular regeneration, something is stopping it. It's the nth metal. I'm talking about on certain situations. Yeah, I know these are a lot of occasions that are not Sandra. I mean, it's the same concept. Hawkman, Hawkgirl, it's the same thing. That's why I'm bringing Hawkman up so much. Nth metal is out here breaking magic spells just being in contact with nth metal, y'all. She's even got hit by toxins that are pretty potent. Thanks to this metal or nth metal or whatever, she's resistant to poisons or toxins that affect her morality. This is consistent with the male Hawkman nth metal healing ability. Fend off dark multiverse infections. This should apply for Kendra as well. Like, the infections seemed to give him some issues, but he eventually got free. So this kind of stuff should apply for Kendra. Oh yeah, don't think you can just go in her head and call it a day. She definitely got training from Martian Manhunter when it comes to mind manipulation type stuff. Remember how earlier I mentioned how she can use a sword or a mace? Well, let's just say she can use even more because she could technically get any shape she wants to from the nth metal. Let's analyze her a little deeper when it comes to her strength. First of all, she's basically fused with nth metal, one of the best metals in the universe. It's literally narrated that wearing nth metal like this basically gives a character enhanced strength. If you're wondering why she's so superhumanly strong, it's just this thing is known as nth metal. It's just overpowered. It's a material capable of giving vastly different powers to those who possess it. Eternal life, flight, mystical vision. It defies all rules of science and magic. This is probably the reason why she's physically strong too. It makes sense. Similar to Hawkman, it's implied he can rip beings' head off, like this little bootleg Lobo, for example. Ripping heads off takes an amazing amount of force. Lifting human-sized people is easy. Like, look at her muscle to be able to do stuff like this, ripping limbs or metal into beings, stuff like that. One of those feats is hard to get a reading on how heavy this is, but it's definitely proven she can lift a couple tons at least. Lifting all this rubble. I shouldn't have to show you this, but just in case you doubted me when I said she's similar to the other Hawk people in every way, we literally see her battle out with other Hawk type characters, Hawkman, blah, 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 to show when it comes to the weight of their hits, they're similar, their durability, they can match up with each other, so on and so forth. The reason why all this information is crucial is because the best way to understand her might is to kind of get an idea of how strong Hawkman would have to be when it comes to how hard he can hit or punch. Same with other Hawkish type characters like Hawkwoman. Yeah, I know there's too many Hawk people. You got Hawkgirl, Hawkwoman, don't ask. But yeah, she's able to hit hard like Hawkwoman. Hawkwoman can hit beings through brick walls, blah, blah, blah. The same should be said for Hawkgirl Kendra. You know, similar concept. Sky Tyrant is one of the beings that these characters should be comparable to and how hard they can hit. I guess you can get an idea of Hawkgirl's power by this being Sky Tyrant, how hard he can hit and what Hawkwoman got to do to push him back. Strength, skills, everything, type of feat, and etc. Like, you literally see them lock arms. It's obvious. Whether we're talking about her punching power with just her fist, or if we add in the mace in the conversation, it doesn't really matter if she uses bare fist, bare kicks, or anything like that. She's always been capable of breaking through brick walls, metal walls. It don't really matter. This is pretty self-explanatory and obvious, right? Like, she's not all her mace. Like, even without relying on her mace, she can straight up punch unearthly type beings. We literally see her kick beings through like trees, hit these beings with her own kicks and make like craters in the ground. Go through roofs. Like, you see the crater? Yeah, that was produced by her. It's no wonder when she's using a blade, she can slice these beings like butter, hit hard with her mace to break bots. It kind of adds up. You see this big old boulder that's bigger than her, like in a trap type situation, she can split this kind of stuff apart. Stuff like this would easily imply, with a swipe, she could cleave a house in half like this. Look at all this that's being thrown at her, right? And she just breaks it with a swipe. But if that's not enough for you, there was literally this thing that was house-sized, right? Like, you see how big its eye is compared to her. Yep, this thing is pretty big. And you literally see her swipe and hit beings this big, along with other powerhouses in DC, swiping this giant monster. And here's a good size comparison of what I said to prove what I was talking about. Like, she can literally bust apart houses. She's damaging beings this large and stuff. There was this creature that had enough blast power to blow away the top of buildings you can visually see. Not to mention this being is kind of big. We see Kendra Hawkgirl strike this being and affect them with her strikes. Get hit by same being, fly through walls by the same being. But she doesn't give up because she's a dragon slayer, she says. This is a dragon that has kryptonite breath apparently, so Kryptonians don't even try it. Hawkgirl, when she's kind of making a flock of hawks via energy projection or some crap, this many, apparently bigger than a whole block or something, you see her clash beams with the same being like this, a being that can easily level building. These energy, her past lives was covering her, protecting her via energy projection. And then she pulls out a Buster Sword look-alike. Seriously, why do these swords look so much alike? Anyway, she still took on this dragon-like being, withstood multiple attacks from this same being. Cutting this dragon-like being, she could easily break down, bust down buildings, chop them in half, blah, blah, blah. I mean, she's always in the cases with Hawkman. They can hit similar. Look what she does to the ground when she smashes the ground. I hope you're not tired of me bringing up different Hawk characters, but yeah, just a quick friendly reminder on the weight of these kind of beings is strikes. Hawk type characters, strikes. Strikes that can level your whole block, making big craters like this. Yes, she can hit hard enough to create her own localized earthquakes. Yeah, all the Hawk people can hit as hard as each other. You know, you see them battle each other a lot. It just makes sense for her to be able to shake your whole block based on the stuff she's hit. She's matching beings that can make shockwaves this big. You see what I mean? The reason why I believe she can make shockwaves like Hawkman is because we literally seen her do the exact same thing. Similarly, like when it comes to making huge shockwaves, clashing with another Hawkgirl type beings. You see what I mean?
A big part of Solomon Grundy is literally his inconsistency, but based on the weight of his hits here, it doesn't seem like he's a super lightweight here. Despite all this, we see Hawkgirl, without even using her mace, she can kick and affect such beings.
I'm just scratching the surface, really. She's one of those characters, thanks to Nth Metal, it can kind of make her jump tiers, even if her muscles might not be up there with the Superman ranges or Black Adam ranges or nothing. Her steel, her metal, her gear can kind of help her bridge the gap, whatever she might lack. It's kind of like the same concept for Wolverine and Black Panther. They might not be able to lift as much weight as the Hulk or something, but their claws and their weapons kind of change the game. Hawkgirl being a part of the Justice League, it only makes sense for her to fight off some of the mightiest beings in the universe along with the rest of the Justice League. Like, you guys know about Amazos and such. She's had to compete against.
We've actually seen her box it out with freaking Amazonian tears.
Thanks to her metal and gear, you can say there's like a clash of metals here. She clashed with Lex Luthor. You know, Lex Luthor's war suits are pretty overpowered. The weight of her hits did this to him. I would say this is an impressive showcase to imply that she can kind of hang with planet-shattering type beings, but if you're not convinced of this, there's implications she can damage Flash-level threats like Grodd. I think this is the easy showing to prove that with her gear and stuff, she can kind of hang with the heaviest hitters, doing this to Martian the Manhunter, kind of damaging him too. This is not one of those scuffle type things. This is more of a full-blown kind of situation, I would say. Of course, this didn't last long, but I think this should kind of prove that she should be at least a medium heavyweight with her gear. I mean, she can slice powerhouses, I'm just saying. I mean, we're talking about the same Martian the Manhunter that's durable enough to be in the epicenter of the freaking moon exploding, and he can be okay after stuff. She's cutting people that can be in the epicenter of moons and stuff exploding. As a bare minimum, I'm lowballing because this is not the greatest feat Martian Manhunter's ever done either. He's been punched by near Superman level beings like Zod, punching him in the face. Beings like Shazam literally have the powers of multiple deities, Hercules, Titans like Atlas, stuff like that. And Martian Manhunter can take hits from beings like this, even when he's not at full strength. You know how in DC Shazam, he's got the strength of characters like Atlas, stamina of Atlas, blah, 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 beings that can support the weight of the world on them and stuff. This is the kind of power that Shazam has, like Titans like this. And these are the kind of beings that are punching Martian Manhunter, the same Martian Manhunter that Hawkgirl can cut. You see what I mean? And no matter which continuity, when it comes to Atlas, he's always burdened with supporting the heavens or infinite weight on his back. That's like a common DC trope. Multiple comics mention this and people try to debunk the feat. I mean, that's just a part of Shazam and stuff's lore at this point. Shazam's powered up by these gods and titans that can do this kind of stuff, lifting the infinite skies. And that's who Shazam is powered by. And that's why Martian Manhunter taking punches from him is impressive. She's literally cutting and damaging beings that can take hits from beings that can support the weight of the universe on their back and stuff, like universe shaking kind of stuff. She's cutting beings that can withstand this kind of pressure consistently. That's how you know Nth Metal is overpowered.
If you still have doubts about how strong she is, like, okay, there was a point where Lex Luthor was ridiculously supremely amped up. See, Lex basically found a way to absorb Martian Manhunter, get his complete essence, his mind being gone, but his whole powers is his, basically becoming Martian Manhunter tier, basically becoming Superman tier, because Martian Manhunter is ridiculously strong. So in a weird way, these scans you see here is basically her slugfesting with Martian the Manhunter again, but Lex got his powers. He's literally Martian Manhunter tier. Like, notice how Lex is getting bulky, changing his muscle mass size. Hawkgirl can still strike and seems to hurt this being. So just in case you had your doubts about her being able to harm Martian Manhunter tiers, despite him being this freaking strong. I don't think you guys realize how overpowered Martian Manhunter is. Martian Manhunter's physiology is so good that Amazo is called a disappointment in comparison. This can give you an idea of how strong Lex is because he got the powers of Martian Manhunter. Apex Predator stated the pinnacle of cosmic evolution of being capable of wielding the powers of the universe. And its secrets are inside of you, John. Martian Manhunter, that's the being that Luthor absorbed. Even freaking Superman was having issues with him. Obviously, I'm not trying to say Hawkgirl is equal to like Martian Manhunter level beings all the way, like in just her muscles or whatever, but her mace can damage beings in this high tier. Look what this Lex Luthor can do against Superman tiers. It took like a 3-person effort. Like, That's why I say she's like a Wolverine and Black Panther situation. She might not have the muscle of Superman tears, but her gear allows her to hurt beings that can literally shake the cosmos and stuff.
Look, I know every comic isn't going to mention every time her mace is a weakness to a certain character, but like there was this being that was boxing it out with Black Adam, DC. You can see it's not a scuffle, like it's an actual real fight between Black Adam. Heck, even Aquaman joined in against this being. That's how strong this being is, durability wise. Like, I know people don't like using drawing blood feats because, you know, there's characters that are super soldier tier that sometimes the writers have them draw blood from like the powerhouses and stuff. I don't think this is the same situation when it comes to Hawkgirl because of the simple fact when she hit him so hard, it actually broke his horn. I think this was a deliberate showing to show that she can hit hard enough with her gear to damage beings that are giving Aquaman and Black Adam characters issues. Somebody that can box it with Black Adam is insane, considering beings like Black Adam can literally push huge planetoid-like structures like a moon and stuff. Black Adam is also the same guy that could do all this bull crap to Mongol with the weight of his hits. Now you see why when I bring up Hawkgirl, when you see this guy fighting Black Adam, now you see why her doing this to his horn is insanity. She has gear or her strikes are hitting beings that can easily withstand planets splattering in their face, but yet her strikes can still damage these beings despite their durability.
When it comes to her raw speed, she's at least Mach 1 when it comes to raw speed, when it comes to flight speed. Now, in combat, I shouldn't have to say this or have to convince you of this, but it's implied she's way faster than the speed of light. She's literally boxing it out with Martian Manhunter level being consistently without getting completely overwhelmed in speed. So she can hang with the heavy hitters in raw combat speed, making her eyes be able to react to beings that can fight faster than light. Pretty much all the major powerhouses in DC can fight way faster than the speed of light, blah, blah, blah.
But you gotta respect Hawkgirl. Do me a favor and like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and thanks for the donations, y'all. Respect Hawkgirl. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.